Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that right now. Hit that subscribe button right below. All right, let's go. Houston Texans 16, Tennessee Titans 13. Texans back to 500, 5-5. Titans fall to 1-9. Cam Ward helps lead the comeback. They were down 13-6, comes back to tie it at 13 late, but the Texans get the game-winning field goal with 2 seconds left, 35-yarder, to win the game to go to 5-5.
Yeah, I felt sorry for the Titans at the end of this game. Like they fought hard, they kept it close the whole game. They did execute the kind of the go-ahead scoring drive. Still couldn't quite make it done. They looked pretty bummed by the end of this game. Nobody likes losing. But when you're 1-9 and this was your one against a division rival, or this was your chance to get another one win, and you don't quite make it happen, that sucks.
I thought, so Cam Ward, game-tying touchdown drive, I thought was fantastic. I want to break that down in a minute. But the key play, the heartbreaker for Tennessee, Davis Mills to Nico Collins on 3rd and 16 along the sideline. Nico just doing his thing, great footwork along the sideline, just outstanding. But a 3rd and 16 with under a minute left, that put them, in the outer reaches, right, of field goal range, and ended up setting up the game winner. That was the play.
Yeah.
They had fought hard. I thought the defense played hard. I know it's Davis Mills. It's the backup for Houston. But, credit Tennessee, man. Their defense looks a little feistier, I think, these last couple weeks than it has. And I thought the game-tying drive for Cam Ward, they were maybe bailed out by a pass interference on Derek Stingley, kind of like an arm bar. They called it. But 3rd and 16 for Cam Ward, and throws an absolute dime to Chiga Kwankwo on a corner route. Just a beautiful throw, probably the best throw of Cam Ward's young career, especially given the circumstances. Had a 20-yard scramble in there. We had been calling for a little bit more from Cam Ward's legs. And so I thought, in crunch time, we did see a little bit more from Cam Ward as far as making some big plays. And he had a couple just misses and weird plays from Mason Kinsey, who was filling in. He's been like an on-off the roster player for the last 4 or 5 years for Tennessee. So some more positive plays, I think, for Cam Ward and Tennessee's offense than we had seen in previous weeks, despite them only scoring 13 points.
Definitely. And with Calvin Ridley, carted off in the game. So
Right.
You're without your number one wide receiver, and you're down to, it's already not a good group. And that was impressive. Like the one element, their defense did well. They caused all kinds of problems for Davis Mills and the Texans. But yeah, in this terrible situation where they're losing every game, and we're just looking to see a bit more from Cam Ward, even just in terms of aggression, you did see the bomb, you did see the scramble, you did see at least a couple of the high-end plays that he's capable of, which frankly at this point is all I'm looking for. Like, just show me some of the college Cam Ward who wants to be aggressive and make some big plays, because that guy's disappeared for most of the season.
Yeah, so I thought that was really encouraging, and I thought they moved. I thought Tennessee did a nice job. They moved the pocket a couple times. I mentioned those Kinsey plays. They had a wide open. So they had Kinsey wide open on the game-winning throw, and it just missed him. Earlier in the game, early in the third quarter, Houston complete busted coverage. Kinsey was wide open on a corner route. It was a sail concept, so you run a go. You run a corner, and then you have somebody in the flat. The corner route was Kinsey. It was wide open. It was complete busted coverage by a good Texans defense. And Kinsey didn't know what to do with himself. And Ward throws the ball, and Kinsey's running around in a circle, and it should have been a 50-yard touchdown, whatever it was, 40-yard touchdown. And those are just plays that are missing, right? Like when you're a losing football team, you mess it up. But I'll say the same thing that I said about the Giants, right? Like if Calvin Ridley, if he was the number one receiver for one of the better quarterbacks in the league, we'd be sitting there at the trade deadline being like, you got to go get somebody. Right. If Ridley was the one, you would say you need to upgrade this group. And Ridley's been out of the lineup. He comes back for a play this week. He's been out of the lineup. You're throwing to Van Jefferson. No offense to Van Jefferson. He's a 3 or a 4 on a good receiving core, right? Maynard, 5th round pick, or whatever he was, 4th round, 5th round pick. So you don't have the consistent playmakers. You're bringing up Kinsey off the practice squad or whatever. It's just not a great group. So you're trying to combine that with Cam Ward's development, and it's tough. But I think there were some positive signs for the Titans and Cam Ward in this one against, again, a challenging defense to go against.
Yeah, really good defense. And ultimately, I mean, they ended up, you could argue, making the difference as well. Like, you have the Will Anderson play where he gets the trifecta, strip sack, fumble recovery. I mean, that's a game-changing / defining play.
Such a good play.
You know, and they didn't have that many of them in this game relative to what they normally have, but Hunter had a good play. Will Anderson has a good play. Like, they had just enough on that defense. It's a really hard defense to do anything against. So for that to be the team that Cam Ward shows a couple of plays that we've been looking for against, I think is an encouraging sign. Like, it's tough to take any kind of moral victory out of your 9th defeat of the season. But I think if you were relative to expectations, I think the Titans have to be pleased with this game.
And then given, the circumstances the last couple of weeks, Davis Mills finishes 26 of 41 for 274 and a touchdown. Not almost, but he ended up, anyway. He threw a really nice fade to Jaden Higgins, set up the passing touchdown to Nico Collins. I thought Higgins just missed our guy right there. Just missed the touchdown. But they got Higgins going with 4 catches for 55. Nico had the 9 for 92. And again, the 3rd and 16. Beautiful throw, Davis Mills to Nico Collins. That's what set them up. So Mills has made a lot of big plays in crunch time, even though it's not pretty the entire game. They got stopped early on a 4th down and the goal line. Houston finding a way to win. And, again, if they're going to make any kind of playoff run, this is the type of game you have to win no matter how it happens. And they've got some big games coming up down the stretch, and they're in position to at least sneak in the back end of the playoffs now.
And they're back to 500 for the first time since the start of the season.
There we go.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.